Hey guys, how's it going? It's Nick, and we got a problem. The Robinhood investing app crashed Monday, March 2nd, 2020. Happy March, by the way. So if you're an investor and have the Robinhood app, like probably 79% of you do, you have either experienced, heard of, or maybe not heard of at all, that the free investing app Robinhood crashed and it wasn't working. It was down for the entire day due to high trading volumes. What does that mean for you? Well, it means there's an extra added level of risk that we have not calculated before. And this could cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for a couple different reasons that we're going over right now. Number one is if you are a trader, if you're a day trader, especially short term, this could hurt you in multiple different ways. If you're in a trade and you had to get out, guess what? Couldn't do anything. Or if you wanted to get into a trade, guess what? You couldn't do that either. This could literally destroy your trades and you could lose money or miss out on the opportunity of making money. And due to this reason, especially for traders, and it doesn't have to be like within a couple minutes, it could be maybe you want to trade in a day, you could lose your faith in Robinhood due to this issue. Now, number two is if you wanted to get in on a dip. Now, last week there was a stock market correction. Things were crashing, people were crying, and it was pretty rough. However, people were trying to get in on the dip, where it seems like just happened. So you wanted to get in, but since the Robinhood app was down, you could not. And that could be a much broader spectrum than this just traders. It could be literally anyone who would want to invest money in any type of stock. And this brings on a bigger issue that's lurking in the shadows that we haven't touched on, but we will in a couple minutes. Then number three is if you are a long-term trader, time horizon, like 20 plus years into the future, buy and hold long-term Warren Buffett style, then nothing really affected you today. So if that's the case, it didn't affect you, you can leave this video a thumbs up, go on your merry way. Thanks for coming, really appreciate it. And there's not a single problem whatsoever. Or is there? You see, this is one of the large issues with smaller and newer companies. And this is something you should seriously consider, especially if you are a newer investor. I mean, it's not like the world's coming to an end and the stock market didn't drop 4,000 points in 5 days, hitting multiple records in that time and then rebounding to a new record jump. So since none of that stuff happened, the fact that newer and smaller companies, they don't have that type of power, especially experience with life. When life happens like today, a bunch of trading going on, it overpowers their platforms and their servers and connections, and really nothing can be done about it. And the big question pops into your head, or what should pop into our heads, is what if you really need to either add to a position or subtract to a position and you can't, especially since a lot of people are expecting or thinking of the next stock market crash, next recession, and you have to do something to your portfolio, unless you're like Warren Buffett and you really don't want to do anything. But even during that time, you might want to add to it and you cannot. And that's the other thing. This wasn't even a crash. I mean, it was pretty bad. However, there could be a much larger thing coming down the road, so definitely be aware. However, this was like a correction. It was maybe like 10 to 15% drop. What if there's a 50% drop? This happened multiple times in the past, so it's not like the market can't be cut in half all of a sudden. It definitely can. Imagine those trading volumes. So if it might be down for like a day now, what could possibly happen? Could Robinhood be down for like a week? Now the other issue might come along of that timing the market and buying the dip is definitely very challenging over the long term and doing that consistently. And with this issue with the Robinhood app, this just adds another obstacle that we would have to deal with. which is even more bad news that could bring more frustration to the investors of our old friend Robinhood. So at this point, I would definitely be more aware of your money, relook your strategy, and heck, you actually might have to relook your brokerage. Now, I still do think that Robinhood is great for beginners. You really shouldn't be going in and out really quickly, especially if you're a beginner, and you shouldn't be playing with money you can't afford to lose. But look at your money situation. Look at your future financial plans of what you want to achieve, which I'm actually going to throw out another video for you guys later in the week, so definitely check out for that one. Of investors and savers, beware of your money. So if you're watching this video later on, I'll leave a card right here you could hit and definitely check that out as well. So we definitely have to understand how and why we're investing, so when something like this happens, it's not a complete ram into a brick wall. It might be just a little speed bump. So we will be talking about more strategy and details later on. However, that's the news for right now of Robinhood crashing. So guys, let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Please leave them down below. Love to know what you guys have to say. What did you deal with the Robinhood app today? So watch out. Be aware of the market. It's definitely volatile. And I'll see you guys in the next one.